It's Mike Torsha, and welcome to Live Well and Thrive. I have a very special friend of mine here, beautiful and gorgeous woman who I adore, Angelica Bridges. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike, for having me.
I gotta say, it's been quite a while since we've known each other, huh?
Hmm?
And I've followed your career. I've loved you from everything you've done, from Baywatch on, your public speaking, just everything you've done working with kids, the kids program, because don't think a lot of people know what you do to give back, working with the kids in the different schools that you do. But I just love that everywhere I go, people light up when you're in that room, and you have such a kind soul, and you're a pit bull lover.
Yes. I mean, a dog lover and pit bulls too.
And rabbit lover.
And bunnies.
Bunnies.
Yeah, I have two buns at home.
They are so adorable.
I know.
And so I saw you last Saturday. It was for All In for Africa, right? It was the poker game.
Yes.
And what a wonderful cause it is.
That was awesome. And it was so great to see all the Baywatch friends that I haven't seen, some for a few years. Some I'm in touch with and I'm talking to all the time, or we're texting. But it was really amazing to see, friends from the cast that I haven't seen in a while. It was
it's
awesome.
like a family reunion, huh?
It was kind of like a reunion. Yeah, it felt like that.
So, I don't know. I heard that there's a possibility they may reboot Baywatch.
It's actually pretty much a done deal. I mean, they have announced it by way of Fox Television that Fox will be doing the reboot.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to go. Are they bringing, I know they're going to bring some of the former characters back. Are they going to add new characters? Are they going to spice it up? Are they going to try to just redo every single thing that we did at the beach, for all those seasons? Or are they going to just put some twists and turns? I don't know. They're kind of keeping that under wraps. Yeah. So it'll be really interesting to see what they end up doing with the new reboot.
But, I just like that show. It was so much fun. It was feel good. It was sexy, and there was always a message in each episode, right?
Yes. The writers were amazing, and they were appealing to an international audience as well as American audience. The show was in, I think, 142 countries. It's also now in the Guinness World Book of Records as the most watched television show in the world. So, how they wrote, they did it to appeal to everyone. They wanted to take, the average watcher's mind off of any troubles in the world and just kind of bring you into that Malibu beach and put the sunshine out and the gorgeous people but yet also instill a message. You're right. In every episode, they wanted to kind of, show people that it definitely is not Shakespeare, but it wasn't just going to be all eye candy. They wanted to put something, special in each episode so you might learn something.
It was fun running on the beach and see the beautiful bodies and people having fun and laughing in the ocean. I mean, it takes you away from all the bullshit that's going on in the world today, right?
Yes, I think that was definitely the point.
So a funny fact is, when I first came out here and I was just bodybuilding and I was just doing odd jobs to make money, I signed up with that extra casting.
Yes.
And one of the first jobs I had, I play a bodybuilder that's at a beach cafe on the Venice Boardwalk for Baywatch, where I'm having an argument with my girlfriend and I start yelling at her. And then one of the lifeguards comes over and knocks me out.
Mike, you never told me this.
Yeah, you
never told me.
So I just remember that scene. It was so funny because I put women on a pedestal. I would never raise my voice.
No, I know. This is so opposite of your character in real life.
I had to be like yelling, right?
Yeah.
And so because I was like this, I guess because I had the lines, that was what maybe more money, right? So
Yeah.
I was like yelling and I broke a chair, and then the guy comes over and punches me, and of course I act like I'm out. But it
Like,
was so funny that that was my appearance on
oh
Baywatch, but it was so
my goodness.
fast.
That's so funny, Mike. I can't believe you're telling me after all these years we've known each other.
Yeah, I know.
You
I never
never
really got.
told me. I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, but it
You
was.
know,
I told my
it's
mom and dad I was on Baywatch. My father goes, "Where?" For a second, and plus the guy beat you up.
the guy
He
be
goes, "He was half your size. How can you let him beat you?" I go, "Listen, I didn't write the thing.
you're
That was the role."
you're like, Dad, this is television. It's
I
make believe.
I said, "Listen, I could have kicked, I could have crushed him." Okay, no, but he actually was a nice guy, so I wouldn't have hurt him. But my father and I were having a discussion.
It's
What's wrong with
hilarious.
you, right? What are you gonna let him beat you up?
He couldn't
Like I had, he, my father had no
understand.
idea about. He's
Yeah.
Italian, he barely speaks
Of
English, right?
course.
He's like, "What's wrong with you?"
What's the matter with you, son?
But
So funny.
no, but I really respect your trade and what you've done and how you do these corporate events. You do these incredible speeches, and wow, it's
Yeah.
just you're so talented.
Oh, thank you. I just, when you have so many interests, and I know you are one of those people like me that have a lot of interest. I am so interested in so many things in the world. You just got to try this. You want to investigate this, or you want to understand this, you want to learn about that, or and I've read so many books, and I'm still reading so many books, and I have so many interests. So when you have so many interests, you have to like tap into each one of those interests and do it all, because you feel like, oh my gosh, if I don't try that or learn more about that before I die, I just won't be able to I won't forgive myself. So I'm just one of those people that likes to really get involved in so many different things in the world, because I'm just interested. I don't know. I'm
So,
curious.
what were you doing with the? Remember, you were teaching the
Yeah,
girls.
the
Can you share a
children.
bit about the program?
Yeah, it's a nonprofit program. And, because a lot of schools these days, they're taking the arts out of the budget in schools. So a lot of children don't have access to drama classes or theater, maybe even learning what Broadway is about, singing, dancing, performance, anything with that. A lot of those programs are really getting depleted in the school system. So this nonprofit, Dance for Wellness, they go in and they bring the programs into the schools that are lacking that are lacking these funds, and bring in teachers and different people from all walks of, whether it be dance or theater or Broadway professionals, singing professionals, and teach these kids and really get in there with them and just expose them to this whole world of performance art. And then at the end of the year, the children perform their musicals. There were 4 different musicals that we did, and at a huge theater, and it was just amazing, because it was almost like standing room only. To see these kids. There were people lined up down the block, and some of these kids had never even ever were exposed to being, singing or an acting class in their life. So after a whole year of this, and then for them to perform at the end of it was, I was teary, because just seeing them start where they were some of them were like, what is this? Or they were a little rebellious, or they were shy. And then a year later to see them blossom, it was pretty, yeah, it got
So
me.
rewarding.
Got it very rewarding. Yeah.
So, um, so I know you take time to do things like this.
Yeah, I love it.
So, what else do you do? What's like a typical day for you, so to say?
Oh my goodness. Well, as you know, I am a baker and a culinary. I call myself the domestic siren. I call myself the siren, with the hair, but a domesticated siren is kind of my nickname. And I have been working on my culinary projects, for the last couple of years, although COVID came and it kind of, put a little in a couple of the launches, but now it's back on track, and so I'm going to be launching some of my culinary lines. One line is the jam line, and it's the spreadable fruit. It's the gourmet jam. But like I said, I can't even really call it jam, even though I'm calling it jam, because it's like the way I do it, it's like taking real fruit and just spreading it on your toast. It's just mostly fruit, hardly any sugar, and it's just it's so delicious and so good
And what's the
and
name of the
healthier.
product?
It's called Jam Star.
I love that name.
Yeah,
I
so
always,
exciting.
as a child, loved jam because when I would spread on the toast, it just spreads nice and even. Jam, it kind
Mhm.
of falls off, and you have to keep caking it,
Mhm.
and you bite into it,
Mhm.
it's dripping on your lap and
Oh,
everything,
yeah. It's runny or
and
it's just all sugar.
there's more body to it, right? And
Yes.
being so health conscious, I love the fact you're doing something that's very low in sugar, all
Yes.
natural, no chemical.
Well, I have a no sugar line and a low
Wow.
sugar line. So
Okay.
there's both. Yes, because I know my mom, diabetic. So she gets the whole no sugar added whatsoever line.
So
That inspired me.
when can we expect to see this online or stores?
In
What do you think?
June. I'm launching in June. Yes.
Fantastic.
It's
Wow.
really
We'll have
exciting.
to have you come back when
Oh,
you launch it,
yeah.
bring some of the jars of the Jam
Yes.
Star, right?
Yes.
And make sure people know where they can purchase it.
Absolutely. And we'll have a little tasting, even though you are the most disciplined man I've ever met in my
I will
life.
be
You are
honest with you.
so good.
I promise you I will
You don't
try.
have to. I will not make you, Mike. Don't worry.
No, I will.
It's
Now
okay.
come on.
It's okay. No, you come on. It's okay. We'll just bring a bunch of people in here, and then everyone will just start eating it,
Have a
and then
jam party.
we'll have a jam fest, and then you can just watch us like enjoy the jam and like go like this, and they can just live off
You're getting
our
me excited. You made me-
yeah.
And now my imagination's running here. I can
Oh my
understand what
God,
I
a
would do with
jam
that
fest.
jam.
That's hilarious. Sounds kind of instrumental, but it's actually culinary. Yes, a jam.
I like that description. It was fun.
Hmm.
But so now you have rabbits. You said how many rabbits?
I have 2 rabbits. I have a little truffle bunny and honey bunny, a little lop, and a Dutch bunny. Yeah, I love animals, and growing up in Missouri, I grew up on a ranch. So I'm
Wow.
used to having animals, and I just love little fluffers. I love animals more than humans. It's just because they are so pure and they're so innocent and they are just here to love us. And we are, it was our test by having them put on earth to see how we treat them. And I'm absolutely obsessed with
That-
every kind of animal,
I could see why. I
I
was
want to,
brought up on a farm too, so
yes.
the animals were my friends.
Yes.
The
It's
ducks and the geese,
unconditional.
the pigs, the goats, the horses.
Yeah.
They all had names. My father was,
Of
"What are you doing?"
course.
"Ah, it's Honker. This one is Shirley. Whatever. Well, you give the pig name Shirley. What the hell?"
Surely.
But I would talk to them. I'd come home from school, change my clothes.
Yeah.
I'd bring some apples and carrots to give to the horses, and then I'd go down and give some grain to the chickens and the hogs and all that. Right.
Yes.
So my father was, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I'm talking to the animals." "You can talk to the animals? What are you crazy? The pots?" I said, "No." But he kind of joked around with me,
Yeah.
but he liked the fact because he was so funny. When I come home, the horses would run back and forth and get up on their front leg, and because they'd
Oh,
see me.
they were
Because
excited
oh yeah, no, they
then.
were.
They're very
My
intuitive.
favorite horse was Stormy.
Oh, that's my cat's name.
Really?
Yeah.
Stormaway McCune.
A
Because
storm away.
because whenever it would
Like rain
lightning
or
rain,
yeah.
he would run back and forth. He'd get nervous. And I used to
Wow.
go down and brush him and calm him down. But when I come home, the horses are running around. The ducks and geese, when I start whistling, start coming up from the pond.
Waddling.
And then the pigs, and they're running back and forth. So my brother used to call me Dr. Doolittle
Yes.
because I had a connection.
Well, because the animals are so intuitive and they're so highly intelligent and sense things that we can't sense because we're human, you know?
Yeah.
So they know. They know when people are good. They know when people are pure. They know. They know when you
Well,
love them.
you are like me when it comes to the animals and love. See,
Yeah.
I have 2 pit bulls and I have 2 cats, and
Yes.
I treat them like an equal,
Yes.
but mainly like my
But
children.
they're actually better than us.
Yeah, they
We know
are. They
that.
actually
But
are.
yeah, I get you.
And the thing about it is when you have someone that treats animals with so much love and passion,
Mhm.
those animals are so human-like. I've
Yes.
gone into people's homes where the dog is a dog. It's
Yeah.
just like the dog is just in a trance. It's almost like a battery-powered animal.
Yeah.
But when my dogs see someone come in the house, they come over and say, "Hey, who are you?" And they kind of
Mm.
lean on me. And the cats come running over to me,
So
Like when I
cute.
walk through my door,
Yeah.
the dogs come running to the front door. The cats come running down the stairs, meowing,
Mhm.
meowing, meowing. And then I go onto the couch and put the TV on, and I've got the
Mhm.
2 cats over here, the dog's over here, and they're like, the cats are licking my face, the dogs,
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
and and I'm so connected with them. But I'm
Yes.
talking to them even
Yeah.
when I'm walking down the street, walking my 2 pit bulls.
Mm.
I talk with them. And they kinda
Yeah.
look up and whatever. I see other people doing they're just, like, dragging the dog down the street and, I'm like, "Hey, go ahead, take your time, yeah. Sniff,
Take
that
your
looks
time.
pretty good too," And so I kinda, like I just, like, I'm in their space, I don't pressure them,
Mhm.
I'm not on the phone, my only
Mhm.
touch is them, and
Mhm.
and they look for it, and every night before I go to bed, they come hitting me like this. They wanna go for a walk with me. And most of the time, they don't even pee or anything. They just wanna go for that evening walk for a few
Yeah.
minutes, and that's my little daddy time with them.
Daddy time.
And
Yeah.
I gotta tell you something, as soon as I walk through the door, they run to the bedroom because they know it's time to go to sleep.
Oh, it's time
It's
for
a
bed.
beautiful thing.
It
It really is.
is so
And,
cute.
I just know that they are such a major part of my life. Animals are just in general, that
Yeah.
I know why you have your bunnies and your kitties and your dogs
Yes.
because you don't feel alone.
No, it just, their essence, they're just like I said, it's unconditional love. Where can you usually find unconditional? It's kind of rare, We
Yeah.
have it with that parental. Usually, we have a parental unconditional, and some family members, but we get the most unconditional love from animals. That I mean, yeah,
Yeah, and as
it's
I
amazing.
mentioned to you, my German Shepherd had passed
Yes.
away,
Oh my
and I
gosh.
gotta tell you something, I was so devastated. She, died in my arms, it
Yeah.
was 3:38 in the morning, and I heard her, and I said, "It's
Oh my
okay
god.
to let it go."
Oh my goodness.
And, one of the cats, who she was very close with, walked over and sniffed her and then walked a few feet and started throwing up profusely. The
Mm.
other 2 dogs were trembling. The other 2 dogs, they watched her the whole time.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
gotta tell you something, it's been a few weeks, but
Wow.
there's still a little something missing.
Of
They're
course.
still
Will
we're all
always
mourning,
be.
right? And I
Yeah.
gotta tell you something, the it's a special combination of energy with these 2 dogs and these 2 cats, how they all kinda grew up together. Because I had them when
Mhm.
they were puppies. The other
Mhm.
cats, I got them when they were like teeny little things that I rescued. They were
Oh,
they were gonna be all these dogs were the dogs and the cats were gonna be put down. If I didn't adopt them, they would have been put down.
it's
So they all came
unbelievable.
together
Oh my
around the same time,
gosh.
right? So
Yes.
they kinda just uh, grew up together, and they had this special dynamic going on.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
when that older shepherd passed away, she fought. She died
She
again. She
did.
fought, boy. I kept feeding her, tried to whatever, but then the cancer took over. But I gotta tell you something, she didn't want to go, and I just said, "It's okay." And I remember
Oh.
looking at my watch, it was 3:38. Her heart stopped.
Oh my
I gotta tell you something,
gosh.
I laid there, like, sobbing, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, God." But then I said, "You know what? She's not in pain anymore."
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
I
she went
mean
fast too. It's not like I saw her suffering. It's just
no, but it's still yeah, it's just that moment, and when I've had animals do that, I always say, "I'm not ready," they are,
yeah.
but I'm the one yelling, "I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Because we aren't ever ready.
No.
They may be, but we aren't ready. We're not
Yeah.
ready for them to go. It's not time. It's not time, That's the hard thing.
But what I've learned is I don't tell people, because then you have people say, well, it's a dog.
Do not tell me that someone says that. Do not. I can't.
That triggers me.
That's probably why I don't tell people either.
Someone said, why are you quiet? A little tired today. That's it. Because I'd rather mourn. Because also, too, I don't want to keep bringing it up. I brought it up with you because, we know each other and share with you.
Yeah, you better have told me.
Yeah. No, but it's something that I think that most people, if they're not animal lovers, they're not going to understand.
They don't even grasp.
And I just, even like the other night, I was out to dinner with a friend, and I heard a man telling his friend at the table next door, how he said that, his neighbor's dog is always barking.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I'm just waiting one day when he just does it one too many times. I'm going to go over there and hang him by the tree.
Wow.
And,
someone said that,
and I was on the verge of getting up and say something. And then
restraint.
I said, no, because I'll look like the psycho, because I'm a muscular guy. He's an older man. And I didn't want the restaurant owner to feel like I caused a problem. But I got to tell you something. I had to leave. I had to check. I left.
Yeah, I would have.
The way he said, he goes, that's how I did it, in my own neighborhood.
Wow.
And you know how many dogs? I heard him say, I've killed so many dogs.
Wow.
The dog disappeared.
It's a serial killer, then, basically.
So I got to tell you something.
Disgusting.
I don't put up with that shit. And if I ever saw anybody harm an animal, God forbid them, because they're going to regret the day they did that.
I'll go to jail.
Arrest me. Arrest me. But if anybody ever abuses, or in a person in general, don't get me wrong, I'm right there. But, when I heard this person, I was just like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I was so disturbed. So was my friend. But we were so disturbed because he was bragging to be so inhumane to an animal, innocent animal. What, for barking? Come on. So that's what I'm saying. Today in the world, there's a lot of crazy people out there. I'm very protective. I don't bring my dog in the car or leave him anywhere. You just never know. They're stealing dogs, they're poisoning dogs.
Yeah. Definitely.
And my dogs aren't left in the yard. They're only out in the yard when I'm out in the yard.
Exactly.
You have to be that way because people throw poison over.
They'll throw poison over the fence with it in a stake or something.
Yeah. So, because I have a very nice house, so they might want to poison the dogs to get in the house. So all I know is the dogs are in the house to protect the house. And God forbid if they come in my house, because I have a gun in every fucking drawer, under the couch, under my pillow. So my dogs don't get them. I'm going to get them, But today, like Fabio, look at Fabio.
I know.
He got robbed 3 times. 3 times. Same 2 guys.
Obviously, right? Did they see them on the camera that it's the same 2 people?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but there's nothing in the system. And here's the thing is, he has 850-pound Rottweilers.
Yeah.
But the problem is, the Rottweilers are on the first floor. He has an old kind of Mediterranean villa where it has a spiral staircase to the bedroom. So, and he doesn't have any gate to the driveway.
Yeah.
So he says, the video camera shows them walking up, they break the glass, they open the door, and they rob everything. And every time they steal his guns and jewelry and boots and jackets, right? And
I hope he's getting this insured every time.
So I said, I don't understand. Why did you put at least one of the dogs up there? He goes, Mike,
no, they would hurt him.
I bought a $14,000 couch from Italy. The damn dog chewed it up. So he doesn't allow the dogs up there because they chew the furniture. But I said, but listen, why do you have 8 dogs? You don't train them. Why don't you? Listen, my dogs, they know not to even bite into a pillow. They know because I tell them, hey, and they don't do it. Well, why don't you train these dogs so they can protect you and not damage your furniture, right? So he says, I know. So I said, look, why don't you get a big gate, 7-foot steel, like iron fence, and put a couple of dogs in the yard, let them run around, And he goes, yeah, I got to do that. But if in Italy, they'd cut off their hands. I said, well, we're not in Italy. You know, you can't get away with that shit here. But it's so funny. Same two
Two
guys
people.
have robbed him 3 times within the past, I think, year or
What?
two.
I mean, why does he have an alarm that goes off?
No, he just has the camera.
Okay, but he needs something that actually lets off a huge sound noise so that they're deterred a bit.
Well, okay.
Doesn't give them much time because then it's going to attract people to look at the house because this horrible noise is coming. Sirens are coming from it.
Well, okay, so I gave him the guys that did
Yes.
my security system. So
Yeah.
I have facial recognition
Yeah.
all around my house.
Yeah.
When the Amazon guy or the mail person comes or UPS, the gardener, it actually tells me who it is on my phone.
It's amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing.
It even says, welcome home to me when I come home. So I can talk in my house and make a phone call, or I could play music because I have a smart house, right?
Yeah.
So I have all the bells and whistles. So I hit Fabio. You got to get what I got. You got the cameras outside, the light goes on, you record everything. And then I got my watch in my phone. I could see if it's a backyard, the front, or the garage, or inside, right? And I talk to my dogs too, because I could talk.
Oh.
They have the button you can talk, right?
Yes.
So I talk to them once in a while.
I love that. And they're like, where are you, Dad? It's like the Wizard of Oz in here.
So he said he's going to call them up. I said, really? Aren't you getting tired of being robbed?
And are they breaking a window to get in?
That's all they do. Go up the stairs.
They do.
They break the glass. They reach through it. They unlock the door. They open the door. Go in and they rob shit and they leave. And they come around 4:15. It's around the same time because they know his schedule, what time he leaves.
Gosh. Okay, he's got to at least get some kind of siren, something that's going to go off when that door has been broken up there. That sliding glass door, whatever it is, the glass.
I love the guy. He's so funny. But I said, listen, aren't you getting tired of getting robbed? To me, if someone robbed my house, I feel violated. Seriously.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want nobody in my home. Nobody in my home.
Absolutely.
And my children are in there. So
yeah.
But just the fact that someone was in my bedroom and touching my things.
Oh my gosh. It would be hard to sleep that,
right? Right?
Yeah.
So that's how I am. So I'm like, and I always monitor my phone. Even if it's just I'm walking around, I'm like, okay, they're good.
They're good. They're
because
good.
I mean, just Fabio's funny. He sends me all kinds of pictures. Like he likes to send me pictures of Biden falling down. Every day I get pictures of Biden fall down from Air Force One, or Biden walking into a wall after he turns instead of walking the other way. So then he sends me an article just now. It says how a woman was just home invasion.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't even have to watch the news. I just wait for Fabio's text.
Oh yeah, he's like the news. He's like the 411 at you, throwing you 411s all day. That's hilarious.
I have a few friends, like Frank Stallone sends me stuff.
Yeah.
So I got all these people that send me like news articles, or funny videos, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Like Frank Stallone, it's so funny. It was close to Christmas time.
Yeah.
He sends me a video. He goes, Mike, you got to watch this video. What is it? He goes, wait, just watch. And this was video from a Ring doorbell.
Oh no.
So it shows a guy shoveling snow in his driveway.
Oh, and they get in a fight with the neighbors, and then the guy gets taken out. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that over something stupid.
No.
It's like a neighborhood fighting they've had
He was complaining, right?
A while, yeah.
Because he was shoveling snow in the street, and he was complaining.
Yeah.
So he said, stop it. And the guy goes, fuck you, I'm going to shovel to keep shoveling snow. And he goes, if you don't stop it, you're going to regret it. She goes, what are you going to do, pussy? The wife said that. So
I didn't hear that part of the video. I just saw it.
He goes in the house and into the garage and gets a rifle, comes out and shoots the husband. And she's screaming, oh my God. And then he goes, now who's the pussy? And shoots her.
Oh my God. I didn't see
now,
that
I saw this video.
Her.
Now I'm watching this video.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then he goes back into the garage and he puts the rifle in his mouth and blows his brains out.
Oh, so he committed suicide after that. Wow.
But he was like, he was screaming at the body as it's kicking around.
No way.
So now who's the pussy?
Wow.
That's what he says.
So much hate.
And then he puts another bullet in her head.
Oh, wow.
Right? And I go,
See,
Frank, what the
that's
fuck? Why did you prepare me for this
that
shit?
is
I go,
like
Frank, next time,
that.
prepare me for the video, please.
Oh my God.
Right? So, and that was like before I was going to bed. Christmas time. I was like,
No, with the
so he was
snow.
like, no, it was okay.
Oh my
I was
God.
laughing my ass off. Oh, I should have expected that. I should have
Oh
waited till
my
the morning to watch
God.
the video. It was crazy
I mean,
sick.
that
And you hear
is,
the whole conversation
you know, 3 people gone in a matter of minutes
over what?
over just
Shoveling
for
snow.
what?
Pissed off because he was shoveling
What?
snow.
Or just and he was angry because they confronted him for shoveling snow because he couldn't ignore it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just
But you
crazy.
know,
The two, like,
it shows you
2 wrongs don't make a right.
you better be careful what you say to a person because she
Yeah,
said
because
to
you
him,
don't know when they're on the
what are
edge.
you gonna do? You're a pussy, you know? I mean, come on,
Yeah.
you know, but not that
Yeah.
that's any reason to go shoot someone.
No.
But think about it,
But
you never
this
know.
day and age, people are definitely on edge.
Doesn't
And
matter how big you are, how tough you are,
Yeah.
what martial arts you know.
No.
All you need is someone to pull the trigger,
Yeah.
pop, and you're gone.
That's
That's
it.
why I tell people, you know what? Maybe it's just better walk away from it
Yeah.
because there's so many sick people
Yeah.
out there that you never know. You know, especially after
Never
COVID, I think
know.
everybody lost their mind.
Yeah, absolutely. People are kind of on the edge. You know, it's not the same. They're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm willing to do anything now because, you know, it's like, you know, they feel like this is like the Armageddon or something.
Yeah.
COVID brought the Armageddon or the apocalypse. It's so funny how people really, you know, they've really changed them.
Yeah, and I know now why you left LA.
Yeah, well, no, I'm still here. I mean, I have, you know, I have 2 states that I'm still
Well, you
a
spent
part
more
of.
time with your mom, right, in Vegas?
No, I'm equally. I'm here and Las Vegas. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do you like
So
living in Las Vegas?
well, the first time I lived in Las Vegas, I was doing a show. It was at the Luxor. So I was there I signed a 1.5-year contract. So I was there for a 1.5 years. And I loved it. I mean, Vegas has everything. It has some of the best restaurants, the best like nightlife, and yet you can still be close to the strip and yet be so far away, you know?
Right.
So when I lived there, when I was doing the show, I lived in the Las Vegas Country Club, and it was great because then I could get to my show really quickly. But yet, then at night I come home and I'm like, you know, on the golf course and just had the healthiest life ever. Because people always ask me, well, how do you have a healthy life? Because Vegas is so crazy. You know, I can't even go there for a weekend. And I said, well, when you're doing a show 6 nights a week and you have to sing and you have to host and you have to be on and entertain 500-600 people every night, you know, you're going to get your butt home and it's going to be in bed. You're not going to drink. You're going to work out. You're going to take care of yourself. You're going to be at the, you know, so of course I did when I was doing the show. And so that's a big myth that when you do live in Vegas that you're just going to be, you know, crazy and have the worst life. And it's not true. It's like, no, that's on the strip if you want to, you know, stay in a hotel and be a part of it. But off the strip, it's one of the healthiest lifestyles.
That's really great to hear.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of you,
Yeah.
all the great things you've done.
Oh, thank you.
I want to thank
Good.
you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me,
And
Mike.
we have to have you come back and share what's going on with Baywatch and all the other things.
Yes.
And the Jam
And
Star
we'll have a
line.
Jam Fest.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike Torsha signing off with Live Well and Thrive. And please, we need your support. Subscribe.